Hi, I'm coming here from Cabello Hair Salon. I'm John Mastromattei. Traveling has been a big part of my life. Traveling and career exploring. Bounced around from Australia to Italy, and then just our regular vacations and always finding different challenges. I'm in Australia and I'm traveling the streets and I don't even need a haircut, and I'll pop in a Turkish barbershop outside of Sydney just to see just to get the experience of sitting in the chair. I'm in Berlin with my wife and she doesn't need a haircut, but I'm egging her on to go try something different. I've worked in restaurants. We've done and I went to St. Clair College out of high school for civil engineering. I worked in that field for a short period of time. I enjoy, restaurants is really what made me realize that I could make this a career. Just being, hospitality, approaching people. When I have a client in my chair, it's not about me. It's about the client at that time. I guess I could talk about my kids and my life during the whole service, but that's not what it's about. I enjoy listening to others and inspiring others, helping, just motivation. You know what I mean? I'm lucky to have a supportive wife that said, you know what, let's take a shot. You know what I mean? She's always telling me, always wanted me to achieve more, and we got to be happy in this life. So while I'm working at the restaurant, I decide I'm going to go to hair school. And from the support of everybody around me, from my parents to my wife and my sister, everybody in my family, I decided to continue to work in the restaurant part-time at nights and go to hair school during the day. From there, I have really good connections because you don't burn any bridges around here. A good friend of mine, Martin Lopez, over from Generations Barbershop, he took me under his wing. I asked him for some advice and tips, and actually even when it came down to it, a little bit of hands-on stuff. And that was dealing with the men's side of it, right? Because that's easier to find a buddy to let you practice on their hair. Women are a little bit more delicate with that situation. At the birth of my first baby girl, Cora, and I was starting to look for employment. And through friends of friends and family, they recommended Cabello Hair over here with owner Rob Corey. It's always a funny joke because when I got the job, or when I did apply, I got so many good references. Everything he said, everybody gave me a good reference except for God. Career-wise, I've had the best of both worlds, learning from one of the best in the city, Martin Lopez, and from the men's aspect, and from the women's aspect, Rob Corey, who's he's traveled the world for hair, and he's worked with Redken, and opened my eyes to what it needs to be successful in this career. Style is huge, whether it's fashion, whether it's your hair, whether it's your shoes. You know what I mean? I don't want to be the person that I never want to look at someone and say, oh, look at that, look at his shoes. But it's fun. That's what it's got to be. If you come in here with pink pants, come in here with bright pink pants. That's the fun part of this industry. Skinny jeans, baggy jeans, it doesn't matter. Growing up, I got the basketball, hip-hop culture, whole thing going, and that's just the life that I've lived, and that's what I know, you know what I mean? From everything from that to this and that, from growing up to Outkast and Tribe Called Quest, you know what I mean? That's what gets my blood boiling, you know what I mean? That's what I love, and I'm trying to mesh all those together, and that's where that's style, you know what I mean? Urban, avant-garde, très chic, whatever you want to call it, whatever it is in your world, you know what I mean? From Vogue to Complex, GQ, it's part of our generation, and that's what I live in this place. So yeah, I'm a local guy. I'm a Windsor born and raised, well-traveled, 33 years old, father of two girls and a son. Got a beautiful wife that always helps me achieve more. Never asks what, and always says, "Let's go for it." Positivity's always a big part of my life, because life isn't perfect. For me to become a hairstylist, that was a huge step for me. You know what I mean? It's not all glitz and glamour like everybody thinks it is. A lot of people get into the industry, and it takes years. It takes years to build up that clientele. There's that first 2 years, 3 years, you're looking at it, you're looking at your schedule, you're wondering, well, why aren't people waiting at the door for me to cut their hair? Because it takes time to build up, and that's what that's a suggestion and advice I could give to young stylists. I would say, you got to stick through it. There is a lot of stylists out there, that don't stick it out, and it takes years to build up that client, build up that reputation in your community, whatever it may be. So you got to put yourself out there a little bit, and you got to give back a little bit, and you got to appreciate what you got, and appreciate everyone that's around you. That's your support.
Yo, Vanilla, kick it one time, boy.
Yo, VIP, let's kick it. Ice, ice, baby. Ice, ice, baby. All right, stop, collaborate and listen. Ice is back with my brand new invention. Something grabs a hold of me tightly, flow like a harpoon daily and nightly. Will it ever stop? Yo, I don't know. Turn off the lights and I'll glow. To the extreme, I rock a mic like a vandal. Light up a stage and wax a chump like a candle. Dance.